Welcome back to the Charlotte 49ers Spring Sports Special. Ryan Rose here with you. We're talking men's tennis now as the guys are getting set for their 2010 spring season. Now, tennis is one of those sports that crosses over, so they've already gotten some competition on the court so far. And if we're going to talk men's tennis, that means we've got Jim Boykin here. We've got two of the upperclassmen, senior Jesse Hutchinson and junior MORITZ BERNHOERSTER, here to talk tennis with us. Coach, just right off the bat, you guys have a monster schedule coming up. I know that you're getting ready for your first matches as we sit here and talk today, but talk a little about this schedule you've got laid out ahead of you. You want to challenge these guys early and get them into the fire a little bit, because that should help make you better down the line. What do you think?
These two in particular complained about us having a pansy schedule or something, so we decided to challenge them and stuff. We've always had a pretty good schedule, actually, but they like that, and it's fun to play those type teams. You're going to see their campuses too, you know, traveling and playing is part of any tennis schedule, and it's nice to go to places and see their venues. You know, NC State didn't have an indoor, and we went there and played last year. They have an indoor, nice indoor facility. We'll play there again this year. So it's something that every player on our team likes to see, the different teams and who we're playing, especially ranked teams, and see how they match up with them.
And a lot of Southeast teams and some indoor places, so you guys don't have to deal with the weather. Jesse, being from New York, you know all about that. And this being your fourth year here, I want to ask you about, you know, when you first got here, you were one of the young kids, and you look up to all these upperclassmen. Well, you're the old guy now. The young guys look up to you because you're the lone senior on this team. What's that process been like over the last 3 years?
Well, it's just been a lot of gaining experience. I mean, like I said, freshman year, there were a lot of older guys. I learned from them. And every year goes by and I learn something new, and new guys come on the team, and I can help them out here or there with something that may come across their
Do you feel like a teacher these days? Do you feel like you're helping guys out as you guys plow through this senior season for you?
Maybe a little bit. It's nice to have the new freshmen on the team. They're from out of the country. You know, if they need help with certain situations, I can help them out there, and just experience, really.
Tennis being a global game, it's interesting when a player comes on campus who's from another country, may just be getting his English down or practicing more English, as it were. Tennis is a universal language. You step on the court, everybody talks it. Everybody knows what's going on. And Moritz, being from Germany, I know that not such a big transition for you because your English was really good when you got here. But talk about that international thing where you come to America. You know, going to school is a little different here than it is back in Germany. Culture's a little bit different, although your older brother Felix played here, so you kind of had an idea. But when you step on that court, the language it's an international language.
Yeah, it's all the same. We have last year we had Mirza from Sweden come in, and he, off the court, he's working on his English a lot, and then on the court it was all the same jokes, same play, always a lot of fun, just wherever you're from.
You guys have kind of a cool group of guys, the juniors, the senior, that have been here for the last 3 or 4 years. You guys have gotten pretty close, I would gather. Haven't played a lot. I mean, you were kind of thrust onto the court as freshmen. So these last couple of years, that's been an interesting core group from different parts of the world. When you throw in the two guys that got here last year from England and from France, it's kind of I would imagine if you got together and all cooked a dish, it would be a pretty international flavor, wouldn't you think?
Sure would.
Yeah.
Has it been fun getting to know some of these guys and playing with these guys every year and watching this team continue to get better?
Definitely. Especially with Charlie and Ant. I was a freshman with Chris and Mike, and I really got to know them my first year. And then Charlie and Ant came. I actually went to visit Charlie in Paris, so our friendship was even abroad. And then I was going to go, or Chris was going to see Anthony in England maybe. So yeah, it's great. It's great to have friends all over the world now, I guess.
and Coach, your tennis program over the years has had a good mix of international guys, and you get a chance to go overseas. And I know, talking with your son Billy, who's the head coach at Richmond, he was amazed at if you go overseas, how many guys will come to see you from all over because of the bond you guys share. Yeah. You spend 4 years on buses and vans and playing in different places and all the trips you guys take. You can't help but have a nice bond. Talk about some of those guys. And there's a lot of American kids too. I don't mean to say that you don't have a lot of kids stateside that know and talk to you from time to time, but what's that like to be able to go to another country, 3 or 4 guys come in from another land and come visit you?
It's great. Rochester's like another country. I haven't been to Rochester. Jesse, he's a rebel now. He's down here in the South. But we asked Moritz to move from Germany. He lived in a nice place, and he's now in Paris. So now when I visit, we want to get these exotic places, you know, to go visit. I've been to Sweden with some players there, and so now Paris is on Jesse's, you know, itinerary for visiting, you know, former player and mine also, and that is unique about that. It is an international sport, and those things happen down the road, maybe not right after graduation, somewhere down the road that everybody stays in touch with each other.
It's kind of an interesting flavor when you get all types of guys together, but recruiting-wise, how do you do it? How do you pull off pulling these guys in from all over and getting them all on one court and coaching and teaching with all the different cultures and things that you have to deal with?
Well, coaching them is the fun part. You know, the other part, you know, they get in touch with us a lot, and also we hear about them through rankings, ITF rankings, and that sort of thing. But you get, there's not hardly any programs, even the top ones, that don't have an international flavor now. And we all have that. It's open. The internet is open to everything.
Right.
You know, the players from other countries can know what your school's like, what facilities you have. So it used to kind of be a secret. You wouldn't see as many international players, but now you see that. And we've just added 2 this mid-year, one from Poland and one from El Salvador. So again, we've added on that, and they're going to help us. But the nucleus of our program is the guys coming back and the experience they have. You know, we have basically around 5 starters and two doubles teams that, you know, come back together, and that's going to be a big thing for us this year, along with the 2 new guys.
Well, you won the conference a couple of years ago, and with this young core group of guys, they've progressively kind of moved up, and slowly with the experience continue to get better. When you think about all the different personalities you have on this team and the guys coming from Florida and New York and all the different places to continue to be successful, how's that trip been for you, and how are we going to try to send Jesse out with another conference title? You were a part of that last one, I believe, as a freshman. You got a chance to be there. So talk about that journey this year, climbing to the top of the league and the challenges that lay ahead of you this season.
Well, I think we should be, you know, in the running, I think, somewhere in the top 4 teams. And there are a lot of good teams, you know, that are coming back that have good players also, but they've lost some. We've kept a lot of ours together for this year, next year, and so that's going to be good. Jesse came here as kind of like a 1-star recruit. Now he's an all-star, you know, and that's good. He's, you know, up in a near 4-star recruit, and with his improvement, that's going to make a big difference. You know, he's really showed that improvement. Moritz started it his first year like as a 5-level player, and now he's playing at number 1. So, you know, we like to see the improvement on both these young guys, and they've shown that. And to keep it up, we use their contacts with their people in their area. Who they know who are good players, and you know, your players recruit players back for the program, plus any new players that we come in contact.
Well, you guys, as we wrap this up, I know, Jesse, we want to send you out with a conference title. What kind of challenge is that ahead of you guys, and what sorts of things have you guys done in the off season, in the fall, to get better and make this last run for you a positive one?
Well, a good team atmosphere is always important. A lot of practice, a lot of hard work out on the courts and the weight room and all that. And just have to go out there every day and really give it your all, and really just try and improve every day.
One match at a time. I know, Moritz, you spent some time doing some tennis coaching this past summer and doing some stuff up in New York, I believe. What kinds of things have you improved on, and what do you bring to the table this year that's new for your game?
Well, I think Ryan Reynolds, our new assistant coach, he's helped us a lot already in the fall, and what he's told us and really taught us for our game for me has been a lot of help already. And he's a good practice partner. He's good off the court. He shows you a lot of things, how to behave and how to handle yourself, I guess, on the court. And then Coach has been there for 2 years now, coaching me, and I've learned a lot. And yeah, so hopefully I can pick up from where I left last year.
Not a lot of home matches this year, so not a lot of chance for the folks to come see you guys play, but a big schedule ahead of you. I really thank you guys for coming in. I know you're getting ready to run out and play your first matches of the season, but we really wish you guys the best. If you want to follow these guys, just check us out on the website, www.charlotte49ers.com. We'll have match results, and we'll get you up to speed on everything these guys are up to. That's going to do it for our men's tennis segment. Head coach Jim Boykin, senior Jesse Hutchinson, junior MORITZ BERNHOERSTER, thank you guys for stepping in for a second. We'll let you get back into the service box and get this thing fired up. We'll have another segment here in just a moment on the Spring Sports Special. Stay with us.